How are you all? I hope you are fine. Welcome to today math class. Children, today I am going to start new chapter, 11th chapter, which is algebra. Let us see about what is mean by algebra and what is constant, what is variable, what is algebraic expression, what is the use of variables, and how we can write the algebraic expressions from the given statement. This all the information we are going to study in this topic. Let us see better here. They gave some introduction. Let us see the introduction. Our study so far has been with numbers and shapes. We have learned numbers, operations on numbers, and properties of numbers. We applied our knowledge of numbers to various problems in our life. The branch of mathematics which we studied numbers is arithmetic. If you see first chapter, second chapter, beginning chapters, we learned about whole numbers, integers, and we learned how to apply different properties in the numbers. See children, the study of numbers is called as arithmetic. The study of numbers comes in arithmetic branch. We have also learned about figures in 2 and 3 dimensions and their properties. The branch of mathematics which we studied shapes is geometry. Children, about numbers we learned whole numbers, integers and its properties, and this all comes under the branch arithmetic. And we also learned about different shapes of 2D and 3D figures. The study of different shapes about 3D and 2D figures comes under geometry branch. And we begin the study of another branch of mathematics. It is called algebra. If you the study of numbers comes under arithmetic branch. The study of different shapes of 2D and 3D figures comes under the branch geometry. And today class we are going to start one of the new branch in mathematics, which is algebra. Algebra is also like other branches like geometry and arithmetic. Even this algebra is also one of the branch in mathematics. Sir, what we can study in this algebra branch? Let us see here. The main feature of the branch which we are going to study is the use of letters, the use of alphabets. Use of letters will allow us to write the rules, formulae in general way. By using letters we can talk about any number and not just particular number. That is one advantage. The second advantage is, secondly, letters may stand for unknown quantities. See, for known quantities we'll use the numbers. For unknown quantities we'll use the letters, alphabets, which are also called as variables. By learning methods of determining unknowns, we develop powerful tools for solving puzzles and many problems from daily life. Thirdly, since letters stand for numbers, operations can be performed on them as on the numbers. This leads to the study of algebraic expression and their properties. You will find algebra interesting and useful. It is very useful in solving problems. Let us begin our study with simple examples. Children, they said in this algebra branch we are going to learn how to use the letters, the use of alphabets. By using these alphabets, they said we can write the different rules and formulas. Not only different rules and formulas, and these alphabets we can use to express the unknown values. And also they said with the help of these unknown values, with the help of these letters, we can write the algebraic expressions also. Now let us see more about these variables. Yes, children, they said here the study of numbers we studied already different types of numbers in this class, beginning chapters, first, second, third chapters about whole numbers, integers and their properties. The study of all these numbers comes under the branch arithmetic. And also we learned shapes, different 2D and 3D shapes, right? So the study of these different 2D and 3D shapes comes under the branch geometry. And like that we have another branch in mathematics, which is algebra. So what we are going to learn in this algebra, what we are going to study in this algebra, you can see here. The study of constants and variables is called algebra. We study about the constants and variables in this algebra branch. Sir, what is mean by constant? What is mean by variables? Constant is nothing but it has the fixed value. What we can say beta? Constant. Constant is nothing but a symbol which has fixed value. A symbol which has fixed values. A symbol which has fixed values. You can see some examples better here. You can see the examples. Let's take one example about geometry here. Angles. Sorry. Let's write here number of angles. Number of angles in a triangle. Number of interior angles are taken beta. No confusion. Number of interior angles in a triangle. See, if you see triangle, can you tell me how many interior angles it has? 3. It is the fixed. So it has a fixed value. This is one example of constant. You can see sum of 3 angles of a triangle 180 degrees. Even that also constant. Number of sides of a quadrilateral 4. Even that also constant. So like that we can see many examples about this constant. Suppose if I write here number of days in a week. Number of days in a week. Can you tell me how many days? 7 days. Number of months in a year, 12 months. Number of hours in a day, 24 hours. Like that we can see many statements where we can see the fixed value. We can write here number of months. Number of months in a year. How many months we have 1 year? We have 12 months. So all these statements which are having the fixed values. And can you observe here how we are going to represent those fixed values? With the help of numbers. With the help of numbers. Yes, constants nothing but which has the fixed value, and those fixed values we are representing with numbers. Here we can write the key point. Constants are, yes, constants are denoted by or represented by, yes, constants are denoted by what? By using numbers. By using what beta? Numbers. And let us see about variables. What is mean by variable beta? Variable, various. It has various values. It has different values. The value is going to change every time. There is no fixed value. Yes. About variable you can say that a symbol which does not have any fixed value. Which does not have any fixed value. Yes, a symbol which does not have any fixed value. It is going to change every time. There is no fixed values. Example you can see. Let me write here cost of petrol. Cost of petrol is not fixed. In our state it is 108 rupees. If you go other state, different price. In our state also, can we say same price will be continue? No, there are different chances. Sir, cost of petrol is not fixed. It may change. So it is one example of variable. Number of students in a school. Every year, can we see the same number in a school? No, the number may be increase or it may be decrease. Where we can see the different values. There is no fixed value number of students in a school. In every academic year, we can't expect the same number will be. Population in Telangana state, it is also changes variable. Corona cases recorded in the month of January, not fixed. It is going to change every day. So these are the examples of variables. I said when it has a fixed value, it is called constant, and we can denote the constants with the help of numbers. Then how can we denote these variables if there is no fixed value? Yes. Here the most important key point is variables. Sorry. Variables are denoted by, yes, variables are denoted by alphabets. With the help of alphabets, we can denote the variables like A, B, C. Any alphabet you can take. We can take the small alphabets from A to Z. We can take any alphabet to represent the variables. Now let us see where we can use the variables, how to use the variables with the help of some examples. And also I said that to express unknown quantities, yes, to express unknown quantities, to express the unknown quantities, to express the unknown quantities, we can use the variables. We can use the variables. Sir, what are the unknown quantities? There is no fixed value. The value which are unknown, we can use the alphabets to represent that unknown values. Cost of petrol, you can write some x rupees. In the place of x, you can write whatever the number is changing, we can change. X nothing but alphabet. There is no fixed value. So when we have unknown values, to represent that unknown values, we can use the variable. To represent the known values, we can take the constant. Days in a week, it is the known value 7 days. So known values you can express with the help of numbers. Unknown values you can express with the help of variables. Not only to express unknown values, to write some rules in mathematics or formulas. To write some rules and formulas, we can use the variables. We can use the variables. Let us see one example here about these variables. Let me take one example, you can see better here. See the age of Ramu. The age of Ramu is 5 years. 5 years more. 5 years more than Ravi. 5 years more than Ravi. See here, what is the Ravi age? We don't know. But here the age of Ramu is depend on Ravi. 5 years more than Ravi. Suppose if the Ravi age is 30 years, what is the Ramu age? 5 years more it seems. 30 plus 5, 35 years age of Ramu. Suppose if the age of Ravi is 12 years, what is the Ramu age? 5 years more than Ravi age. 5 years more than 12. 12 plus 5, which is 17 years. We can say the age of Ramu when we know the age of Ravi. But here Ravi age is unknown value. So how can I express now the age of Ramu and age of Ravi? Sir, actually Ramu age is depend on Ravi age. If I know the Ravi age, I can find the Ramu age. But I don't know even Ravi age also. Ravi age is also we don't know. It means Ravi age is the unknown value. So how can we express these unknown values? With the help of variables. I mean with the help of alphabets. So let us take years. Why? Because here the Ravi age is unknown value. To express that unknown value, I am taking the help of alphabets. If Ravi age is X years, can you tell me what is the Ramu age? 5 years more than this. 5 years more, we can do plus 5. 5 years less, we can do minus 5. So now we can write Ramu age also. We can find Ramu age. Ramu age is equal 5 years more than Ravi. Ravi age is X years. 5 years more, we can keep plus 5. X plus 5 years. So this is the advantage of alphabets. We can use the alphabets to express the unknown values. Now, if you know the Ravi age, suppose Ravi age is 50 years, right? X equal to 50. Then Ramu age is 50 plus 5, 55 years. So like that, to express unknown values, we can take the help of alphabets. I said to write the rules and formulae also, we can take the help of variables. Yes, let me take one more example, children. Here I am taking one square. I am taking one square. Children, we completed already area and perimeter. You know about square. Square nothing but all the four sides are equal. So if I take length of one side is A, other side that's how much? A. So all the four sides which are equal how much? A. It is the unknown value. I am taking the help of alphabets. Children, can you tell me what is the perimeter of rectangle? This square. Perimeter is equal to sum of all sides. A plus A, 2A plus A, 3A plus A, 4A, 4 into A. Where A is equal to length of the side. If the length of the side is 3 centimeters, 4 into 3, 12 centimeter is the perimeter. If the length of the side A is 5 centimeter, 4 into 5, perimeter is 20 centimeter. Here we have perimeter formula which is in alphabets, where we can took the help of alphabets. So alphabets we can use to express unknown values, and also we can use to write the formulae also. Hope it is clear to all. What we learned, beta? We learned about constants and variables. Constants are nothing but having fixed values. Variable doesn't have any fixed values. We can use the constant to express the known values. We can take the alphabets to express the unknown values, and also we can use to write some formulae and rules in mathematics. Yes, children, I said we can use the alphabets to express the unknown quantities, and also we can use the alphabets to write some formulas, to write rules also. Let us see the use of alphabets in patterns. How we can write a rule in patterns with the help of alphabets. Let us see with this activity. Here I am taking some matchsticks. Now in this A figure I took 1, 2, 3 matchsticks. In B figure you can see better 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took 6 matchsticks. In C figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now if the process will continue like this, can you tell me how many matchsticks are required? See, first figure 3, second figure 6, third figure 9. Can you tell me how many matchsticks are required in 100th figure? Can you tell me how many matchsticks are required in 200th figure? So you need to draw the figures up to 200. It is the waste of time. But with the help of alphabets, we can make a rule. Once if we get the rule, we can find easily how many matchsticks are required in 100th figure, in 200th figure also with the help of that rule. Now we will try to write that rule with the help of alphabets. 3, 6, 9. From these numbers we need to catch the pattern. Can you see any magic in these numbers? 3, 6, 9. Yes sir, it is 3 tables sir. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. Sir, it is 3 table. Yes. Now this let me write 3 into 1. This I can write 3 into 2. 3 into 2. Second figure, no? Here I can write 3 into 3. 3 into 3. So like that it is going to continue. Now from here we'll write better. First number is same. You can see the first number is same, 3 3 3. It is the fixed value, constant. So let me write here now. Let me write a rule. Number of matchsticks are required. Number of matchsticks are required. Yes, number of matchsticks are required is equal. First number is same, beta. First number is same, which is 3 into. And if we see second number 1, 2, 3, there is no fixed value. So how can we express? If there is no fixed value, it is called variable. To express the variable, we'll take the help of alphabets. Let me take the alphabet is n. So here the rule is 2 into n, where n is nothing but that particular figure. If you want to know the number of matchsticks in third figure, write n equal to 3. 3 into 3, 9. If you want to know the number of matchsticks in second figure, you can write n is equal to 2. 3 into 2, which gives 6. Similarly, if you want to know the number of matchsticks in 100th figure, submit n is equal to 100. 3 into 100, which gives us 300. So like that, we can use the alphabets to express the unknown quantities, and also we can use the alphabets to write formulae and some of the rules in mathematics. Now let us see some applications based on this use of alphabets.